Hey everybody, welcome back to We're Talking Accounting Everyday with your one and only LaQuanda Marie. So I know I haven't been on YouTube for about a month, but I had a lot of things going on personally. I had a loss in my family, so I'm grieving. And then I also had this business analytics course I'm taking. So I really had to focus on that because it's like statistical data, and me and statistics has always been a problem. So I wanted to make sure I was giving my all and dedicating my time to my classes and my children before I can get back on here and start talking to y'all. And I think I'm going to name this episode It Takes a Village, because it definitely takes a village when you're trying to accomplish something with multiple children. And sometimes I'll be feeling bad because I know, like, I am doing this for my kids, but they be feeling neglected. Like, oh, Mom, you're always on your computer. Oh, Mom, all you care about is work. All you care about school. And that's not the case whatsoever. I'm really just trying to better myself so they can have a better future. And I wasn't even going to continue this, but I'm like, I have to keep going. I have to keep pushing through. I have to keep showing something positive for my children. So I decided to get back on here. I feel like I can't come to y'all and talk to y'all about money or what's going on in the world, all that stuff, if I'm not in my right place mentally, because I want to be positive when I come in here. I want to be excited and happy to talk about something that I love, and that's money. Who don't love money? Because it's not about, because I was raised in the church, so my grandma would always say money is the root of all evil. But it's really not about being evil with your money. It's really about when you get the money, what you want to do with it. My whole goal is to give back to my community once I get where I need to get and get on my feet. Like, I want to start scholarships for, the schools that I went to in Philly, like Girard College and Bartram High School. I want to, buy housing developments and stuff and do low-income housing for my people, because I will be so honest with y'all, I have did programs around the city. I have did any little thing you could think of, especially when it comes to like getting government assistance, right? So one year, I think this is like 2013, 2014. Probably 2014, because I know the first year I had my daughter in 2013. I was like, I ain't getting on no food stamps. I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that, blah, blah, blah. But I was a struggling college student with a baby. So I had to figure it out. And then one day I go to this program. It's like welfare to work. I don't know what they call it now, but at the time it was like welfare to work. So I go to this program downtown, and they creating resumes. And I'm like, I'm sitting here and I'm bored, because I'm like, people don't know how to create a resume. People don't know how to do anything. Like, and then the way that the workers talk to you there is like, sis, you 2 steps from being where I'm at. So why are you disrespecting me or talking to me like I'm crazy, or I want to be here. I don't want to be here just as much as you don't want me to be here, but I need help at this moment. So when I started doing stuff like that, y'all, my mouth is sometimes is a good thing and sometimes it's a bad thing. But I was like, I'm really influential a little bit, because I was talking to these people in the department, to the city, and this is before I even had a city job or applied to be working for the city, because that's what I do now. And I was telling them, like, y'all are unrealistic with y'all standards, because you be on government assistance, you make a certain amount, or you get, like, you're supposed to use it for a stepping stone. And I get it. Some people be on that shit forever, blah, blah, blah. Like, I understand that, but it's not everybody. So I'm like, you put me on this program, you tell me I have to work and I have to make a certain amount of hours, blah, blah, blah. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't have a problem with working. I've never been the type to have a problem with working. But then, now I get a job. And now I'm making this certain amount. Now you just want to kick me off and feed me to the wolves. Like, it doesn't make sense. Everything that I feel like the government has set up for us is to, like, pull you back down. They say it's a stepping stone on this and that, but I don't feel like they provide enough assistance. There's some people out here that's really struggling. There's some people out, like, for example, everybody that pay taxes should be able to get food stamps. It's inflation. I remember going to the store and bread, when I was younger, my grandma and my mom and them, and bread was $1.99. Bread for one loaf is damn near $5. I'm really not that old. I'll be 32 in November. It should be no way that it costs so much just for us to consume food, something that we need. We need food to nourish our bodies, to keep going with our life. So it should never be that deep. But these corporations always find a way to rob and steal and hoodwink us. And that's why I'm here. And that's what I'm using this channel for, to talk about it. Because it seems like nobody want to talk about it. Nobody want to talk about finances. Nobody want to talk about being broke. Like we all not struggling. I have a 9-to-5 and I'm still struggling just like everybody else. Because let me tell you one thing. When you start making a certain amount of money, like, it will never be enough. You start making a certain amount of money, your expenses has just increased. So you didn't have a spot, like, for example, my one spot was $1,600 a month, but I have 4 kids in a 2-bedroom. That wasn't gonna work out, so I had to upgrade my life. So I'm like, yo, okay, first of all, my son, he doesn't even like to go outside. All he want to do is sit on the tablet all day because he's scared that if he go outside, he's 7. He's scared if he go outside, he's going to be killed. He thinks he's going to get shot in the city that we live in. So it's like, how am I supposed to, like, feel safe? Or how am I supposed to find an area where though my children will feel safe to go outside that's affordable? Because anything that's cheap in the city, it be these landlords that be Russian or Asian or whatever. And they'll come and get over on us just because they can. And it's been times where I try to call Ellen on some of these people, but with rules and regulations and all that stuff, you got to have proof. You have to have proof for everything in the court of law. And you can't just be like, oh, these people are robbing me. Oh, I'm paying too much for rent and they're not fixing this and that or whatever. Like, this one place I was renting one time, it was fucking a mole in my house, okay? My children are asthmatic. I'm calling this lady. I'm not, for one thing I could tell you, 2 things for certain. When it comes to my rent or my bills, there's one thing that I don't like in. I will pay all of my bills on time so that way I can sleep at night. Because I don't want to have to worry about, damn, oh, is my gas going to get cut off? Is my electric going to get cut off? Is my water going to get cut off? Oh, am I going to come home from work one day and have an eviction notice on my door? So I always prioritize my mom. My mom definitely put that in my head. Like, girl, and this is when I was young. I'm like, she always told me, you never could stay anywhere for free. You can't do anything in this life for free. So I always make sure I prioritize my, expenses. And I feel like everybody is ashamed to speak about it. And we need to. We need to talk about how we pay taxes. We pay taxes, but yet we deal with constant bullshit, like the potholes in Philly. We pay all this tax money, and our cars be getting tore up because the potholes are like damn near sinkholes. Honestly, the highway tore up. They was real quick. They was real quick. 2 weeks. They took 2 weeks to rebuild 95. And then what was funny is like I'm watching the news and I'm listening to what they're saying, and because I work in you know, in the accounting field, I'm listening to these people talk about, oh, we requested money from the federal government, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, damn, Pennsylvania, what happened to all the money that y'all had when Governor Wolf was in office, and y'all didn't even want to give us stimulus checks. Y'all had all this extra money from the federal government. Now y'all begging the federal government and all different agencies for money just to fix the bridge, because 95 is viable for everybody. So it kind of pissed me off, but I was like, at least they got something done, because we barely get stuff done in this city. And now that I'm in the city and I'm starting to network and I'm starting to meet people and I'm starting to meet different executives or different people from the head of the departments, I know that it's not everybody for a fact. I know that it's people out here that want help and want to see our city better. I know this for a fact. I can't even mention names and stuff like that because I don't want to cross the line and fuck up my own job. You know, I still got to take care of my kids. But I have met people like that's close to the mayor, and they're trying to put our city back on the market. They're trying to eliminate gun violence and all this stuff, but the city can't help us. We got to help ourselves too. So it's like 1 minute it's like a biased opinion a little bit, because as much as I want to be against the city, I work in the city, and then I see what's going on. But then I also want to be like, as it's hard. It's like being a consumer. It's like when you let me slow down. It's like when I'm in classes and they're saying I have to put my business cap on and I have to be this analytical person and I have to look at statistics and data and all this stuff. But then I still like, I'm a consumer. I'm a customer. And I'm a black consumer at that. So when I'm reading this stuff or I'm reading these articles and I see how their whole goal is to just come for the poor any means necessary. Like, for example, let's talk about credit cards. Credit cards, if you have a credit card and you have a balance and you pay that balance in zero every month, the credit card company doesn't make any money off of you. So do you know who they make the money off? They make the money off the people that's constantly using their cards, like me and you, because y'all, I told y'all before, I can't remember what episode it was, but I told y'all before, my credit is not bad, but I will swipe my card. I will use my card, and sometimes I'll be like, fuck it, I'll leave a balance, because I'm like, I already know how this game go. They're going to get interest off me anyway. I'm making this company money, and right now, I ain't got it, so I'm going to use my credit. Or I got it and I don't want to use my money. I want to use my credit. So I know how this shit go. And I feel like I got to be honest with my people. I got to help my people know, like, these people make money. These corporations, when I say these people, we're not going to put it, oh, these white people, these black people, blah, blah, blah. We're just going to say corporations. We're going to say businesses, entities. These entities take money from us any which way. Your car insurance, for example. We live in Philly, so our crime rate is high. So these insurance companies charge us the most to keep our cars covered because we live in a high-rated area. So when I tell y'all, and this goes back into they targeting us, and that was my last episode 1 month ago. They targeted us. So when I say, okay, we're being targeted which way, every way, we're being targeted which way, every way. even when I go out to the county, when I buy certain products and stuff for my kids or different things like that, I notice, okay, like it's cheaper out here than it is in the city. Or sometimes I drive to Delaware, so I don't got to pay taxes. But you got to be careful with that. Because when you're filing taxes, when you're about purchasing stuff out of state and all that, you're supposed to write all this stuff up. You're supposed to let the city or the state, whoever, the IRS, know what you're doing with your money and all that. My goal is to never steer you guys in the wrong direction. My goal is to keep it 100 and be honest about what's going on. My goal is just to talk about my experience as a Black accountant, because it's not easy sometimes. And what makes it even harder is, like, I got all these people looking at me or saying, like, they admire me or they look up to me or they always been inspired by me. So I feel like I need to gain that confidence in myself and that admiration in myself, because I be feeling like I'm just a regular basic ass bitch. There's nothing special about me. I'm just trying to want more out of my life because I know where I come from. Like, my baby dad called me bougie the other day, and I'm like, bro, it's not about being bougie. It's about, I grew up in the projects, and it wasn't a bad thing. It was actually like a community. I'm not saying it was bad, but it was just one of those, once I got to college and realized that, yo, bro, you're poor? I'm like, oh, I gotta make some changes in my life, especially when I became a mom. I'm like, I definitely gotta make some changes because I don't want my children to figure out they're poor only once they're adults. And it was a good thing, but it was a bad thing. And that's why I feel like that's where my mom lacked it, because her being an accountant, we should have been knowing about bills and all this stuff, but she hid her struggles from us. She felt like, did y'all my children, y'all should know what adults had to do. All y'all had to do is go to school and not handle the rest. And that's fine and dandy. But that's not how I'm raising my children. I want my children to know, like, you have to pay your bills. You have to pay for this and that. Even if you feel like it's a scam, this is the world we live in. So either adapt to it or fall by the wayside. And I'm going to go back to when I was talking about the whole welfare situation. There's nothing wrong with being on government assistance. It's not. But that's all you want out of life? You want to keep reporting your income to people and having them come in and out your house and tell you who you can and cannot have in your home? Because a lot of y'all motherfuckers be knowing, like, oh, only this a certain amount of people supposed to be on the lease. But y'all, especially like my family, if one person got a house and ain't nobody got nowhere to go at that moment, everybody crowded out at that motherfucking house, regardless if it's a Section 8 house or if somebody own the house, it don't matter. We all going there together until we get back on our feet to go about our business. And me personally, just want my people, my Black people, to just be better at life. I'm tired of people they look at what's on the media and they assume other cultures, not us, but what they see on TV is what they believe of us. And we are so way much more than what they just put on TV. We are intelligent. We are strong. We could be in the sun. We have melanin. We are so great, but we lack confidence in ourselves. We really are the best thing on this planet. So I'm about to be a constant reminder to myself and to y'all, like, we are the best. We have to move in their way. We have to act like we're the best, because we really don't. All we do is pull each other down, or we be hating on each other for no reason. We just do the most sometimes. So we gotta figure out how to get that shit out our system. That colorist shit, the racist shit, the sexist shit, all the classisms, the isms, and all that shit that fucks our mental up, we gotta break them cycles. We have to break them chains, and we have to move on. We gotta be better. And in order for us to be better, we gotta do better. We gotta know better. And the best thing about it now is that we have technology at our fingertips. So if it's something you don't know, you can look it up. It's been plenty of times I done read a word, or I'm reading an article that I have to do a presentation on or something. I'm like, what the fuck does this mean? I can't even pronounce it. First of all, I can't pronounce a lot of shit. I'm not even from the South, but everybody tell me like I sound like I'm from the South, but that's just how I was raised by Southern belles, so I just can't help it. I'm country as hell. I'm from Philly, born and raised in Philly. There's no South for me, but I have, gone back down south, summers and stuff like that. And I know that I be all over the place sometimes, but it just be a lot going on. I don't know how to just keep. I'm all over the place sometimes. Shit, let's be honest. I never just try to learn one thing. I never just try to stay in one box. I don't like being boxed in. And that's what it is. We always boxed in for some odd reason. And I'm getting tired of being called a unicorn. When I'm in the meetings and I'm in them offices and I'm dealing with these people and talking to these people, blah, blah, blah. And then or even when I go somewhere and they be like, oh, what you do? Or, you at the doctor's or something, they be like, oh, what's your occupation? And I be like, oh, I'm an auditor. Or then people don't even know what an auditor is. So then I be like, I'm an accountant. Oh, really? Well, how long did that take? And, oh, that's good. I never knew that many black accountants and all that shit that just make me feel bad. So I'm going to need y'all to help me get through this. That's why I'm doing this podcast. Because it takes a fucking village. And I have a village. I got my mom and my sisters to help me with my kids. I got my baby dad family if we need to. Even though I really, got trust issues. So I don't be letting my kids go nowhere without me anyway. If they ain't going to my mom's house. But, I have a village. And then I've been looking at my social medias, and I've been looking at people that I went to high school with telling me, yeah, Quan, keep going. Don't stop. I admire you. I always look up to you. You've always been smart. You've always been a nerd. Da, da, da. And I used to think being a nerd was a bad thing, but I need to embrace that about myself. I am a nerd. Shit. It took me so long to just admit that I'm a nerd, and I like being a nerd. My family used to call me, you're a white girl trapped in a black girl's body, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not. I know who I am. Okay, I like country music, so what? I like music. That don't mean I'm white. That don't mean anything. That's one thing, if anybody that know me know, I love music. I love all kinds of music. I am just all over the place, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. My playlist is crazy. I really could be listening to, King Von, and then 2 minutes later, God's Got a Blessing is coming on. So now I tell y'all, I be all over the place, and people be calling me bipolar and shit. I don't give a fuck. But I be all over the place. My sisters and them, they hate riding in the car with me because they be like, we don't know if you want to be a killer, or if you want to praise God, or if you want to shake your ass. We don't know what to do with you. And sometimes I don't know what to do with me. Sometimes I be like, yo, what am I doing next? What is my next business venture? How am I going to generate more income for me and my children? Because just working a 9 to 5 is not hitting for me. I feel like I am a boss, and I don't want to work for anybody. That's why I'm going all the way. That's why I'm so serious about getting my master's degree so I can sit to take the CPA exam. And people don't understand because my parents was in the military. So the way they talk to me is not how an average parent would talk to you. I'll be sad about something, and they'll be like, well, boo-hoo, what you crying for? Like, they've been broken down. The military breaks you down mentally and then bring you back up. So little stuff that I'll be crying and boo-hooing about, my parents really don't be trying to hear it. They really don't be caring. They, like, I ain't gonna say they don't care, but they just be like, okay, well, try something else or get over it. This is life. And sometimes I'll be feeling like, damn, y'all so harsh. But then it makes sense though. Why cry and boo-hoo over things you can't change? Is sometimes you just gotta keep it pushing. So I just want to let y'all know that I will be back. Y'all been my village, just like my mom and my sisters and everybody else who supports me and loves me and tell me how great I am. And I'm just trying to figure out how great I am. Even people in my class, like my classmates, and I'll be writing in my discussions and stuff, they be like, oh, you're not a pessimist. You're just a realist of how you think of stuff. And I never thought about it. Like, okay. Because usually everybody I'm around, they don't think the way I think, or they don't question the things I question, or they'll be like, oh, you're so weird. Why are you thinking like that? Or why you think about stuff like that? And I'm like, why don't you? Especially when it comes to my damn money. I don't play about my money, y'all. That's why I'm an accountant. So I just really want to thank y'all for listening. I want to thank my new subscribers because I got subscribers, y'all. So people actually, clicking the button. I want to thank y'all for my likes. Because I'm like, I ain't been on here in a month. And I definitely, YouTube, Instagram, all of them, y'all, when I don't post, they kick me out the algorithm because I'm on some positive shit. If I was on here talking about some negative shit or being messy, everybody would listen to my stuff. But because I'm talking about my struggles and being an accountant and making money and trying to help my people, especially my black people, like, y'all, I don't understand how important it is for me to make sure that we are in a better place together. Instead of us just keep dying and killing each other. Like, I lost my cousin to gun violence. I lost my first baby father to gun violence. So that stuff hits close to home. I lost a friend to gun violence. Not even just gun violence. They killed that nigga and burnt him up in a car. No respect. So when I say all I want is better for my people, all I want is for us to like really focus on making our lives better instead of like living how we be living. It's nothing wrong with it. It's not wrong with being better. It's not wrong with wanting more. I ain't better than nobody. I hate, especially with my family. I hate when people say that, like, oh, you think you're better than... No, I don't think I'm better than nobody. I just know I want more out of life. And I know what I want to do with me and my kids. I want to travel the world, go to different countries, and just be on beaches and drink my little wine and watch my kids play in the sand. And let them bury me in the sand from time to time because I be doing it. That's all I want. I don't want much. I just want to be happy. My happiness is really the most important thing in my life, is me being happy. And in order for me to be happy, I need all the things that I want to accomplish because time is limited. It's not going to be here forever. We're not going to be young forever. Shit, I'm knocking on 40 door and I'm only 32. Like, that's how I'm thinking. Even though I know 40 is not old, but I just want to be more established and have more than what I have now at 40. And I don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't see what the problem is. And I'm just trying to embrace me. I'm re-finding myself. Because as a mom, and all I do is work and be with my kids, I just try to figure out, like, who am I? What do I like to do? Like, I ain't had my kids all week because they down south with their grandparents. And I really did not know what to do with myself. I was like, yo, I'm always complaining about I'm always in the house with my kids, blah, blah, blah. So why, I don't know how, like, why when I don't have my kids, I can't even find me nothing to do. Girl, something wrong with you. So I don't know how to do anything but to work hard. I don't know nothing else but to just work hard, go for what I want, and go for what I like, and figure out what I need. And right now, God has supplied all my needs, I want for nothing, honestly, to the point where it's just like, the only thing I want to do is travel more. And I'm like, damn, I'm not even where I want to be. That's the crazy part. I'm not even where I want to be yet. But I'm on my way there. And I'm content. I'm not even going to say I'm content. But what I can say is I'm responsibly poor. Because all my bills are paid. I ain't get no late fees, none of that. And I ain't worried about nobody cutting off my shit. I ain't worried about none of that. All my bills are paid. All of them. So I ain't really worried about too much. For real. It's just wanting more. Nothing is never enough for me. And I'm not trying to be selfish or be ungrateful. But I don't know, y'all. It's just like this yearning you just get when you really want something. And I'm just trying to figure out how to go about it and how to get it. So, y'all, be on the lookout. Because I said I wasn't going to sell nothing. But I'm thinking about bringing my little t-shirt business back. I'm thinking about selling some candles, making some candles, because this girl I went to high school with was making candles, and I was buying them candles. They were smelling so good. She ain't making them no more. Shout out to Sam. Love you, Sam, girl, because that fucking melanin candle, I loved it so much, and you really inspired me to make some candles. I'm probably never going to get the scent that you fucking had, but just... ooh, like, your candles had gave me such a vibe that I was like, ooh, I want to make some candles and see how that go. So, Sam, when you continue your candle business, please let me know so I can buy some more candles. And I hope you at least buy one of mine when I make one. But, yeah, y'all, I'm going to go now. I've been talking for 32 minutes. And I don't have much more to say right now. I just want y'all to know, one, it takes a village. Two, I really want to thank everybody for supporting me and for loving me and for pushing me to just keep going. And last but not least, I just want to thank my family, especially my baby, R.I.P. baby. Like, that's something that's really bothering me. Like, y'all don't even understand. I don't even want to talk about it. But, it's just have my family in your prayers, because we have lost the glue to our family. When you lose the glue, everything just starts falling apart. So just pray for me and my family, and keep loving on me, y'all, because I need it, because I ain't know what to do with myself. And I need to get back to my podcasting. I need to get back to getting the algorithm. I need to get back to letting people know that if ain't nobody supporting y'all, I'm that damn supportive friend. Because I want my black people to win. We're going to win. We are going to win. And I was about to stop, but no, let me tell y'all something. They just, stopped this affirmative action stuff, right? And as an accountant, I'm trying to figure out, how does that work? Because, really, now, first of all, like I told you before, only 2.5% of black accountants are CPAs. So that means accountants have their bachelor's degree, or they might even have a master's, but they never sat for the CPA exam. So they're not a certified public accountant. And when you're in this industry, that's where you want to be at. You want to have your license, your CPA, to be a certified public accountant. You want to make the real money. You want to make the hundreds of thousands. You want the good salaries. You don't want to be making the basic shit. Because I was looking into, like, moving down south because all my family is moving down south. So I'm like, I don't want to be stuck in Philly up here by myself. But I'm like, oh no. Like, I was looking at jobs and stuff, and I'm like, even though the cost of living, COLA, yes, is cheaper down south, I'm so used to making over $60,000. There's no way that I could go from making $60,000 to 40, even if the cost of living is cheaper, because I'm used to certain things. There's certain things I want, there's certain things I like to do, there's certain things I like to do with my kids. It's just certain things I really no. There's no way, no how. So that's another thing. I'm still, like, trying to figure out where am I going to relocate to. Because once I graduate, hopefully I'll be graduating in 2024, 2025. Maybe between them two. It just depends on how my classes go. It depends on if I take a break or not, which I probably won't. Because I'm just really trying to get this master's degree out the way. But, yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out, just like everybody else. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do next. I just know what I'm gunning for right now. And that's just let me get my little piece of paper that I didn't pay for. Because and then I'm like, all right, I want to do, like, financial planning. So then I got to take the Series 66. And then that's, like, investment banking and all that. All these little, you don't understand. All these little, like, regulations and rules and government rules and stuff that you have to follow and applications you got to fill out. I'm not letting nobody jeopardize me from going to the next level, because you can't get to the first of all, you can't get to the next level without paying. Everything is a fee for everything, y'all. First of all, just to take the exam, it's 4 parts to the exam, and you have to pay each part, and then that's not even including the application fee, and then the Series 66, and that's for investment banking. Like, I'm trying to probably eventually work for the Federal Reserve. I'm trying to be all up in the government and in their business and with their money. Y'all don't even know. Like, I'm trying to make the good money. I'm trying to be the one where, as though I didn't build the land and now I didn't got on my feet. Now everybody can come to my house for the cookouts and stuff like that. Because everybody that usually held the family together is gone now. So I'm like, I want to be that for my family. And I want to set an example for my little cousins and stuff and my goddaughter and my kids. Like, y'all, it don't matter where we come from. It's about where we're going. So that's just something I'm throwing out there. I'm trying to put all this positive energy in the atmosphere because I don't want negativity. I don't want to be beefing with nobody. I don't want to be arguing with nobody. I just want to make my money and sit and look pretty. Because I feel like I'm a pretty girl, so what else to do? It's just make your money and be pretty. I like them real nice things. I like that bling, bling, bling. My bad, y'all. Deposit that shit. So, yes, that's all I want to do is deposit my checks. And that means, like, if I got sell something or if I got not... Let me take that back, because motherfuckers, you say sell something, motherfuckers automatically think of you trying to sell pussy. Like, fuck no. No, that's not what I mean. I mean, like, actual merchandise and get my boutique off the ground, because I started, like, I started in 2018, 19, like right before the pandemic, but then shit happened. Pandemic came, I got real depressed, being in the house, I was pregnant, postpartum. It was just all this shit going on. That's why it was so funny when my family was like, oh, you didn't have 2 extra kids, you ain't had no baby showers, I didn't get invited, Shit, I didn't even get invited. It was just life hitting me back to back to back to back to back. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm so irresponsible right now. Lord, what's going on? Like, that's how I was feeling. But yet, when everybody looking at me on the outside, they just like, oh, you're doing so great and you're so pretty and da-da-da. And I'm just like, oh my God, please tell the inside of me that, because that's not how I'm feeling. Everybody looks at me and just think, oh, you got this model fatigue and you got this pretty face and you got these high cheekbones and then you got brains and beauty and like, that's right there alone, that's a fucking lot, because people will look at you and think, oh, you're pretty and stupid. Then when I correct them or I come at them about something, then it's, oh, you're crazy, or you're this, or you're that, or you're nerdy, or, oh, your mind is this, and that. Whereas though people not even using their minds, and it's like, damn, could you really be that dumb? And I remember in 7th grade, I think I was in 7th grade, my teacher used to always tell me, LaQuanda, why are you so upset? Everybody doesn't have common sense. And I really used to be looking at her like, bitch, what? Like, stop telling me that. Like, you can't tell me that and don't nobody got common sense. And it's really a fact. Motherfuckers really don't have common sense. And it's just like, oh my God. So, like, when you a dumbass person or something like that shit really ruffles my feathers, or you, I don't know. That shit burns me up. But it just be like, yo, okay, people really don't have common sense. So I'm here to give y'all some common sense. Man, I'm here to talk about these finances. We're here to talk about what's going on around the world financially, because, our money really not worth nothing anymore. Our money used to be like high valued around the world, and it's really not now. And then you got all these countries beefing with us because of decisions the president made to send money to Ukraine and them. So it's just a lot going on, and we need to be informed, because we'll be told more about Blueface and Krishan before they be sitting there posting like on the shade room and shit. They ain't talking about no real shit for real sometimes, or they'll have like dumbass hypothetical stories. Oh, what if this person was a baby, or da-da-da. Like, it'd be a distraction. Like, they distract the black community so much, it'll just be like, yo, we lost in the sauce. We need to really know what's going on, because we work, we get paid, we make money too. And we really need to make a little bit more money. And instead of, like, doing the bare minimum, we really should be valuing our worth, because without us, these corporations will fail. These corporations will fail without us. You have to think about it. Go to the airport one day and you're traveling. Just sit back and pay attention to how many Hispanic or colored people, us kind, even though sometimes, the Dominicans, they don't be thinking that they black, but y'all black too. But okay, whatever. That's neither here nor there. But, like, really, look at all the black and Hispanic and Africans, because I don't know what countries you're from, so I'm going to say Africans, even though I know African people don't like that. They like to be called by their tribe or whatever country they're from, because, it's a lot of countries in Africa. I think it's like 52, 53, something like that. It's up there somewhere. I can't remember exactly, but I know there's a lot of countries in Africa. So, anyway, like, we do the bare minimum shit. We push the wheelchairs. We're at the food courts. We're the gate agents. We every fucking thing but the pilots. And then sometimes you see it's like that 1%, that 2% that's pilots. And I use this for example, y'all, because I used to be a flight attendant, so I would know. I went from pushing wheelchairs in 2015 to becoming a flight attendant the next over the next 2 years, because that becoming a flight attendant was a whole process. I had to do like just get my fingerprints done and just doing all kinds of stuff, to get that position, and then even going to flight school or flight attendant school. So I'm telling y'all, it's been plenty of times I was walking in the airport and it'd be people from other countries be like, oh my God, you're such a beautiful Moor. And one day I had to look that shit up, like, what the fuck is a Moor? And then I remember, I had world cultures. I know about Moors and all that, but really, it's just black. But that's what they would call us somewhere else. It's the same. It's all the same. And we constantly get disrespected in damn near every country sometimes. And we really gotta just learn how to just be better and stick together and stop letting the society and everybody else tell us what to do. We gotta do our own shit, because we run this shit. Like, we really run this shit. You pay attention, y'all. I promise y'all. Look and notice how many black people, how many Hispanic people, how many African people do the labor jobs in this country. Look at it. Start paying attention more to your surroundings and your vibes and shit. Just be looking and be like, damn, like, yo, we really, it's us. It's us. But you ain't seeing us flying no fucking planes. And then you see us in corporate America, but barely. It'd be like the real snobby is black people. It don't be, even though people be thinking I'm snobby. I don't know. I guess that's how I come across, but it's really not. It's just I be trying to protect my energy, because I feel like I'm really like what you call it, like an empath type of person. Like, I really can feel people's energy sometimes. So I got to protect my energies. I had to keep a defense mechanism up. So I always have a resting bitch face, because sometimes I don't want your energy to affect what I got going on. Because you could be sad or something, and then you call me, and then you talk to me, and now I feel that sadness. Especially if you're my friend or you're somebody I care about. Like, or even it's been times where I work places and I've just had conversations with people when they tell me stories about their life, blah, blah, blah. And I be like, damn, I be thinking like, oh, I had it so hard. Like, no, people really out here really got it hard and is really going through it. And we should really be speaking up about it. We pay taxes. We work. We run this shit. And we really need to start sticking together and stop disrespecting each other and stop killing each other, stop hurting each other intentionally, because, like, we're human beings, so we're going to hurt each other sometimes, but it don't be intentional. Sometimes it's never intentional. And sometimes our motherfuckers out here just evil as shit and just do everything intentional. Like, oh, I got to do this to hurt somebody. Like, but yeah, that's like really something like we really need to talk about. We need to be talking about what's going on financially. We need to be talking about where to be investing our money. Like, we need to get into the stock market. You could spend your money at the hair store. You could spend your money at McDonald's or Burger King. Why you can't take that money and go start a portfolio? And like, stocks it's not guaranteed all the time. That's why you gotta investigate. You gotta watch the stock market. You gotta understand what the fuck is going on, what them arrows mean, up and down, and colors and all that. Figure it out, because it's not hard. And you got your fucking phone at your fingertips. So if you really needed to know something, or you really wanted to know something, Google it. Duh. Like, be better, y'all. And that's for me included. Like, I'm not, because I ain't fucking perfect. I got my bullshit to me too. This shit I need to work on. This shit I could do better with it. This shit I can handle better with my finances. But I told y'all, I want what I want when I want it. So if it's something I want and I got the money for it, or my kids want it, I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna go get it. And I'm pretty sure majority of everybody feel that way about their children. Or if you don't have kids, feel that way about somebody special in your life. If you with somebody or something and you like, oh, they want this, I'm going to go get it. I'm going to make shit happen for them if they can't do it for themselves. And that's just the type of person I am. And I just feel like, I'm going to stop saying I just feel like, I know for a fact we as people can be better. So, all right, y'all, again, I've been told y'all I was getting off of here, but I'm really getting off now. I just really had to get that off my chest and let y'all know what was going on and let y'all know I ain't going nowhere. I'm still in here. We talking account every day, and we speaking about our finances. We being honest. We being open because we about to get it together. Me and you included. So, have a good day, y'all. Bye.